Hi, everyone. This is Jeff Clark of the Paydirt Prospector here in beautiful Vancouver at the Metals Investor Forum. Thanks for watching. And today I have with me the chairman and CEO of Vizsla Copper, Craig Parry. Craig, thanks for joining me here.
Jeff, great to be back with you. Thank you for hosting us.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about Vizsla Copper. I really like this company. One thing I like about it is the team that is behind this, including yourself. So can you start with the team and tell us about not just their experience, but the successes they've had?
Yeah, so we've got a sizable team now. You know, Mike Connett and I started Inventor Capital. We started Cobalt One, which we sold, and then started Vizsla Silver, Vizsla Royalty, Vizsla Copper, number of other smaller companies there, plus my old next gen, my track record, I suppose. I've started a lot of companies. Tigers are on coal. Next gen was a one I founded with Lee Courier and Chris McFadden. ISO Energy I found, and lead we made a uranium. That's nearly $1 billion company as well. Walt Coles and I got control of Skeena there 10 years ago. We've now got Esco Creek. That's a $3 billion company. Vizsla Silver's $2 billion as of yesterday. So there's a whole bunch there, and that's what we're doing here with Vizsla Copper. I think the market's been miserable. For example, Poplar, where we've made this discovery, we bought that for $2.7 million in March last year. You can't do many of those sorts of deals in your life. So we're just on that same trajectory as we've taken every other company now.
It's fantastic, yeah. So let's talk about the properties.
Yes.
So you've got several properties. You do have a resource on some of it.
We do.
But start with the base there of the projects that Vizsla Copper has.
Yeah, so we're in central British Columbia, fantastic locations. We've got roads and grid power to both our properties. Our Woodjam property, a bit of a legendary property, really has a big resource base, 2 billion pounds of copper, nearly 1 million ounces of gold at good grade, close to surface. But importantly, it sits right next door to the Imperial Metals Mount Poly mine. So it's mining country.
Yeah.
And I think, we've made one discovery ourselves there, that large resource base. There's a lot of other targets. But we bought the Poplar project up the road near the town of Houston, again, close to that national highway. The property sits on the road from Houston down to Imperial again. Imperial's mine, the Huckleberry mine, which is mothballed. And we know that Imperial would love to turn that back on. They just lack ore. So we're on that road there, and we bought it for the Poplar deposit, which was found in the mid-70s, 0.4% deposit. It outcrops, I think there's, 2 billion pounds of copper, 750,000 ounces of gold, and a lot of molybdenum in that resource right at surface. But the reason we loved it is it's got this large geophysical anomaly on the southern part of the property that's about 8 or 9 kilometres east-west, 4 kilometres north-south, and we made the first discovery on it a month ago. We drilled 500 metres at just below 0.4% copper. Within that, there's 300 metres or thereabouts at 0.43% copper equivalent.
It was fantastic, and the stock responded to that. The market liked that. They viewed it as a discovery. So what are you doing now? What's the company doing? I know you're drilling. We're going to see assays here, results pretty soon. Tell us about what's...
And it's worth noting that at the moment, the copper juniors, still in the doldrums a little bit. The precious metals guys have really taken off.
Yeah.
I think that over the next couple of months, particularly as, global supply falls away due to some of these mine closures and problems that guys have had around the world, we're going to see the copper price. We might see $10 copper by the back end of this year. So all those copper guys are going to catch up. So what a time to have a discovery. We've drilled 10 holes there now. We've hit the pause button on that. There's a lot of money raised and a lot of work going on. So hence assays have been quite slow to come back. But the last 4 holes we'll have assays for over the next week or two. So there'll be good news flow from that. I've seen the rocks. The rocks are on our website and in presentations, and it looks exactly like all the other holes we've drilled. So I'm hopeful that we'll have some really good results there. We're going to then sit back and look at what we've got. We've had, we're taking people to site as we speak. I think, quite a potential for strategic investors to come in here directly. But really interesting this week, Jeff, the team's been up there showing various groups to site. And in doing that, they've had a lot of time to go and map the rest of this zone of alteration. And it turns out that is 8 kilometres of classic propylitic, argillic, advanced argillic
8
alteration,
kilometers.
potassic alteration in parts. And I think that we're a better than even chance of finding 1 or 2 more porphyries under that big anomaly and under all of that alteration. So this could be a very big system.
Yes, it could be very big. Yeah,
giant, world class.
It could change the scope of this company and the market cap you're at now versus the market cap of the other companies you named.
Yeah.
I mean, we could be looking at quite a spike in this stock price if you're able to do that.
I suspect so.
Yeah, your odds are high too. You've got a lot of targets still to explore.
A lot of targets. Well, and that's just Poplar alone. Of course, we've got the megaton discovery that we haven't found the centre of in Woodjam. We've got to get back and drill that. That's looking good. And then the next one I'm most excited about outside of Poplar is the Copperview property. We've got just north of Kodiak's Gate Zone, 5 kilometres from Gate Zone. Go to our website and the news releases around that. But that geophysical IP anomaly suggests that there's a big porphyry hiding there as well. So I want to see that drilled in the coming months. We're just working up a program. We're waiting on permits. We're expecting to have them in the not too distant future, and hopefully we're drilling out there in sort of October, November, and announcing a discovery off the back of that, all going well. So I'd love to be the only junior in the market today with 2 major discoveries in 1 year. It doesn't happen too often.
Can you drill there in the winter?
I can.
What's it like there?
No, it's a bit cold, but all of our properties are blessed with the same thing, that you've got roads and forestry roads, major roads across them, and grid power to them. And they're, we're not up in the high levels. We're down in the flats in the valleys, and so
where there's a lot of infrastructure,
and good year-round access, which is pretty rare.
For
parts of Canada. Yeah.
Okay, tell us real quick about the share structure, your financial standing, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we've got a couple of $1 million in the bank now. We've sort of we extended this program and took money out of the Woodjam program to keep working on this Thera discovery. So we're well funded for the next few months. Good shape there. Because we've issued stock to make these acquisitions, we've now got 330 or thereabouts million shares out. So that that is an issue, I suppose, but not one that we're terribly focused on. Let's just keep sticking to our knitting here. And as up front there, we've got an outstanding team. In addition to myself and Mike, we've got Simon Smerlek, who came to us from Osenko Engineering. He's now COO of Vizsla Silver and building our Panuco mine, and a partner in Inventor Capital. Well, he's the most prolific mine builder on the face of the planet today. He's led over 43 mine builds around the world.
Geez.
So we've got tremendous technical capability when it comes to advancing through studies and on into development. Steve Blower, who's been with me since our next gen days. Steve's fast becoming a legendary explorer. He's discovered 3 uranium deposits, 2 of them world class, and now Thera, a copper deposit. So we've got an outstanding team. They're just a pleasure to work with. And as you say, I think our market capitalisation today is about $38 million.
38 million.
When you discover a giant porphyry, it doesn't stay at that price too long.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, I want to go in the next financing, Craig, if you have one. So very good. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching, everyone. Vizsla Copper, one you really want to check out. I own this stock. Probably going to buy more here at some point. I'm already overweight, but check it out. A fantastic team exploring a very compelling set of targets in BC. Thanks for watching, everyone.